Hey guys, Cam and Jason. We're going down the bubblegum wall here right in Seattle. I wonder if I could find my cousin's band sticker.
Holy crap. Alright. Oh, here we go.
Jesus. Look at all this. ID cards and stuff too. Look at it just dangling off. People's school IDs. Careful, don't get stuck to the ground now. Wow, there's some dedication too. Look at how high some of it goes. They're like. Damn. Oh. That's insane.
Wow.
Hi guys, Miss Sarah here with Cam and Jason. We are doing an Emerald City Comic Con 2014 pickups. Cool guests at this con, as always. I keep saying that, but as always, there's always someone at the con. That's really cool. And in this case, some really cool guests. So I'm going to show the first one that I picked up for my autograph collection. Now, if this is kind of funny enough, there was an announcement for a really big voice actor guest, and I said to myself, if I ever meet this person, I would just be thrilled because how can you not like her? And funny enough, I came home from work and Cam and Jason's like, hey, guess who's coming? And I'm like, okay, I guess Seth MacFarlane. I was wrong. Because if they had Seth MacFarlane, I would have freaked out too. But they had this person. And I actually had to get my sister one because when we were kids, my sister and I would fight over these dolls. And one of the dolls we fought over was this specific character. So it was just kind of funny how this all just happened. Nancy Cartwright was at Emerald City Comic Con. I heard that she normally does not do conventions or events or something like that. She normally doesn't do these things. But so this was just an honor to have her come to Seattle. And I got my picture taken with her. She was really cool. I just can't believe she came. Honestly, I look at this, I'm like, I can't believe I met Nancy Cartwright. So that was that. And I like it. Okay, so this next guest was the first guest that was announced, the celebrity guest that was announced. She was the first one, and I was like, oh, that is so cool. She's going to add an addition to my William Shatner. And I have to tell you that I've never seen so many old people as I have come to a Comic-Con, because I don't know, I wouldn't think of someone as old as maybe 90 or 80 or something like that come to a Comic-Con, but this time there was, because this person here was really cool, and I thought it was awesome that she came. And she's just as beautiful in person as she is in this picture. She still kind of looks the same. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. And Nichelle, I can't really pronounce her last name, Nichols. Okay, Nichelle Nichols was there, and it was awesome. She was beautiful in person. I wish I had a picture taken with her, but it was kind of spendy. So normally when I can't get a picture taken with somebody, I normally just go for the autograph. And this is just an awesome addition to have, and I love it. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. Okay, so our good friend Kenneth Rockefort, we got these. This is his art, and he's a really good artist. Right here. Really nice guy, if you ever get to meet him. He's really, really cool. And I didn't really get much at this con this time because I was kind of broke. And this was actually, the free giveaway thing they were giving out to con. This is The Walking Dead. So we got like this funny story. So Jason and I were like, when we're up in Washington, let's go to the Kurt Cobain house. And Google Maps just messed us up, okay? So we didn't really know where we were going. We thought we knew where we were going, but we didn't know where we were going, and we thought we did. And so this guy comes up to us after we're on the right streets, supposedly. This guy comes up to us, and he's like, hey, you guys know, do you guys know where you're going? And we're like, no. And he's like, are you looking for an address? And like, I kind of have the feeling that like this guy knew what we were doing, because he probably gets a lot of people looking around. And we're like, well, we're actually looking for the Kurt Cobain house. And he laughed. I'm like, God dang it, this guy's making fun of us. And so like, he's like, well, you guys are like a mile off. And we're like, oh. Okay, and so like, let's just say that Seattle, thank God I don't live in Seattle, because, man, they got a lot of hills and a lot of stairs. God, everyone gets a workout, because they're all walking uphill. Anyways, let's just say that at the end of the day, after we thought we were going to find the house, we never found the house, make a long story short, but we were really wiped out. And it was funny. I had this vision of people looking at us through the window going, yeah, those people aren't local. So, yeah, I hate Seattle stairs and stupid stuff. Okay. Okay, so we got this funny story. Cameron, Jason, and I... Shut up!
You were shaking and giggling. That's not fair.
What the fuck? Shut up! What the fuck?
You were like...
God. Anyways, we decided, since we were in Washington, that we were going to check out the,
Kurt Cobain house.
the Kurt Cobain house. And, anyways, so we start walking, and Google Maps, like, screwed us over. And they don't have very good directions.
No, they don't.
Yeah, we were like a mile off, according to this dude. And so, like...
Yes, we almost got picked up by a dude.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No. Wait, it was really when? Okay. Alright, let's figure this out later. Anyways, so like, we get to where we think we're in the right direction, and we weren't in the right direction. We were in the total right direction. When we thought we were in the right direction, we weren't. Is that? Okay.
Then we didn't have enough time.
Yeah, that too. Okay, so anyways, so we thought we were in the right direction. This guy comes up, this guy looks at us, and he goes, "You need help?" And we were like, no, because we thought we were in the right direction. And found out we were in the wrong direction, we were a mile off. That's when I instantly said, Google Maps sucks. Alright, do you agree with that?
Yes, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, okay. So anyways,
So we're a mile off.
Yeah.
And then this guy, his wife was like, "Hey, what are you guys looking for?" And I was like, the Cobain house. And she's like, "Well, it's all the way down this way. And, hey, get in my car. We'll take you." And, stranger danger. Not doing that.
no.
So we decided to walk. Funny thing is, we circled the damn area twice.
Okay, Seattle's, like, numbers, house numbers and crap was all so messed up. I didn't even know where we were after a while. We're in the middle of nowhere, and we had to ask, Dr. Reaper Zero to come pick us up. And, as we're walking to a spot for him to pick us up, because we had to go to, like, some store or something, or some kind of landmark, we were so wiped out. My rear end was so damn sore.
Yeah, I couldn't sit right for a week. Too much walking. My ass hurt after that.
Oh my god. And then, so Jason's like, "Give me some of your water. Give me some of your water."
She doesn't share anything.
I don't.
She's a hoarder, and she doesn't share.
Well, no, I'm not like those. Hey! I'm not a hoarder.
But there's a lot of stairs. The stairs suck.
Alright. And
once you made it up one flight of those stairs, you're like, "Okay, I'm at the top." No.
dude, we
No,
had to
you
go,
were
like,
totally
so
wrong.
many stairs.
There's like at
Okay.
least 5 sets of stairs to get to the very top of this freaking hill.
It was insane. So anyway, so as we're going up the steps the first time, Jason's like, "We are knocked out like wind. It's just out of our breath. Like, we are knocked out like somebody punched us right here in the chest. Like, we are so wiped out." And he's like, "Give me some of your water."
Then
And I was like,
I finally took her water and drank it all.
well, yeah, he did. But in the beginning, I was like, "No, it's my water." And he's like, up the steps, about like 2 steps ahead of me. He's like, "Well, you should really be ahead of me, because you got more water in you." And I'm like, oh, shut up.
And I also threatened to throw her into the ocean.
He did. It was, yeah. It was an interesting trip. I kind of wonder if maybe he got that place on purpose, so that people were confused.
He didn't want poor suckers like us coming to find him.
No. But,
Joke's on you if you're walking.
that's true. Don't walk. If you're walking anywhere in Seattle, wear a pair of good boots and rollerblades.
No, I don't recommend rollerblades for the uphill part.
Rollerblades going down.
Yeah, it's going down, but you gotta come back uphill.
When you come back uphill, you wear some.
What are you gonna do?
boots.
Take off your blades, put on some hiking boots?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do
Wait,
that.
how would you go uphill? in a way where it doesn't interfere. I mean, in a way where, like, you know, it's easy going downhill on rollerblades, so you go up. How would you fix that?
You take the rollerblades off.
Okay, yeah. With some good pair of boots, right?
But I wouldn't want to rollerblade down those hills.
No. It's too risky. Oh, anyways. Okay, that's our story about that. And in the end, we never got to see the house. Maybe next time.
Always
Okay.
next time.
There is always next time. Okay, bye.
Hey guys, this is Cameraman Jason. I'm doing my pickups for Emerald City Comic Con. Well, I got a few things. First things I'm going to get out of the way is I got some artwork. This piece is done by, if you had an awesome childhood and loved DuckTales and stuff like that, I got the man himself, Mr. McDuck, Scrooge McDuck, done by Don Rosa. Doesn't get any better than that. I have footage of him actually doing this, so I'm going to put it up along with this video. Awesome guy to meet. I recommend if he's at any cons near you, sit down, have a chat with him. Very cool guy. Next up, I got to actually visit one of my artist buddies who works for DC. His name's Kenneth Rockerford. If you know like things like Teen Titans, Red Hood and Outlaws, and just Superman, you know his work from the New 52. And like Miss Sarah, I also picked up one of these at the con. Really cool to get. I'm going to frame it here pretty soon. But here's my version. Got his autograph down here. Really happy to get that in my collection. I appreciate his art. So I consider him one of the best of today's artists. So that was really cool to get. Next up is a bunch of autographs. I've already owned the comics. I've been doing this for the last few cons, just bringing my comics and getting them signed. I wasn't really big in spending a lot of money lately. I'm just more focused on getting comics signed. So I'll go ahead and jump into things like that. First thing, like Miss Sarah, I got The Walking Dead CL variant cover. They were free at the door, so everybody got one. Next up, I'll get these out. The same guy who did that artwork right there, what we got, he did some comics. These are Red Hood and Outlaw. This is his complete run with Scott Lobdell. And number 1 is signed. He signed it in the corner right there. Scott did it last time. So that's completely signed right there. Just need to find, I believe it's Blonde the colorist, who of course did the coloring on it. Number 2 is signed by both guys. Kenneth Rockford signed all these. Scott signed it the first time when we saw him over in Rose City last year. 3 is signed. Four is signed. Over here down by Starfire. 5 is signed. 6 is signed. Kind of out of order here a little bit. 11 is signed. 9 is signed. It's in a different pen now. Got the silver going. 10 is signed. I highly recommend this comic. It's one of my favorites. If you love Batman and any of the Robins, this is the second Robin, Jason Todd, going through life trying to figure things out. This is an awesome run with Scott Lobdell and Kenny, and they make a great team. Scott's coming back. Hopefully in the future Kenneth gets back on this comic. It's really awesome. Here's 7. And this next comic is done by quite a few people from DC Comics. It's like a collection of different guys kind of short telling different Batman stories. It's done with, once again, Kenneth Rockford and Dustin Nguyen. I forgot to get Nguyen to sign this. He's going to be at Rose City this year, so I'll also get him on this. But, Batman Black and White. If you're a Batman fan, I highly recommend checking this out. Really great work in it. Little costly, it's like a $5 comic. Things like this could like range like $6-7 also for the other ones. But if you want to splurge a little bit, I recommend it. And here's one of my favorite covers done for Red Hood. This is The Death in the Family, number 17, the classic Batman holding Jason Todd. It's like the previous, like it shows down in the blood below how it came out back in the day. So it was really cool. It was like a vintage thing going back. Good tribute. And here's another one. This is fully signed. I got Tyler Kirkham to sign this at the last con we went to, which was Wizard World. And I got Scott at Rose City. And Miko Sion was actually at Emerald City. So I was happy to get him to sign that. I mean, all these covers are so awesome, so I was happy to get that in my collection. So I'm done with that stack. Moving on. I support my female writers and artists, and I couldn't leave, and this is huge for my collection. Me and Packy, Dr. Reaper, are both doing the same thing, but he missed out on this. But I was able to get Anne Nesenti for The Death of the Family, because I'm trying to get that completely signed, that whole run. But sadly, Scott Snyder, he doesn't stay at his booth. So, Batman, it's looking grim to get that. But I was happy to get most of these done. But that's Catwoman 14. And this is Catwoman 13, the Joker cover. And when we were getting these signed, she said doing this really gave her nightmares. Like, this run is like creeping people out lately. But I was happy to get that signed. I love it. One of my favorite story arcs, so happy to get that. So that's done. And if you're familiar with Image Comics, you know guys like Merritt Michaels, Jim Valentino, Norm Rampond, Todd McFarlane. This is basically like a bio of what their work is, what is their favorite things, favorite athletes, favorite restaurants, movies, and stuff like that. And it was cool because Merritt Michaels was there. I met him quite a few times at different cons. So I was happy to get him to also sign down below. But that's Image Comics. This is number 1. There's also another number 1, which is actually pictures of them. And it's funny because it's their old school 80s look. And it's pretty funny seeing all those pictures. So I was happy to get that in. So moving on to some other titles here. First one being Moon Knight. I'm very happy they started this comic up. Moon Knight does not get enough love. These guys are doing a really great job with it. I met Declan Shavely. Very awesome guy. I love his accent. He sounds like he's Australian. He's done covers for Venom. He's been around for a while. Can't go wrong with Warren Ellis and Jordy. Jordy was there, but not at the booth. I don't know where he went. But happy to get that. These next ones are all Venoms. And this is Savage 6 Part 4. Got it signed by Colin Bunn. I really enjoy talking to Colin Bunn. He's really insightful on things he's working on. He's really passionate about what he does. So got that signed. And like I said, Declan worked on Venom comics. I didn't know at the time, and he happened to see these in my binder, and he's like, "Oh, I worked on those comics." So he pulled them out and signed them for me. So got that signed, also by Colin Bunn. Declan signed this too. Colin Bunn signed it up top, and they both men signed this one also. Very good run. Sad it's done with. He did a really good job with Venom. So I was happy to get those. And this next up is Packy's favorite writer. He did Deathstroke for a while. I think he did it before his run with Nightwing. I'm not sure. But it's Deathstroke 2 and 3. I don't know what issue they canceled the series, but it got canceled early off. It didn't make it too far. But as some people know, he's going to be in part of the Suicide Squad soon, so it's alright. But this was a really good comic. I was happy to get these signed. Well, that was my pickups. We're going to make a long video here. I hope you liked it. Thank you.
Hey guys, it's Packy. Put together a little quick video to show you guys what I got from Emerald City Comic Con this year, 2014. I think I've got everything here to show you, so let's get started. First off, this hat, Assassin's Creed, baby. I got this, and I got a Portal hat that's orange, and has the Aperture logo on it, and on the back it says Staff, like Enrichment Center, Stalemate, Resolution Associate, or something like that. But I left that at work because it's orange, and I wear safety gear at work, so I actually bought it for work so that I could wear it with my orange clothes. You know, why not be color coordinated? Might as well look good while I'm doing it. But yeah, so unfortunately I can't show that in the video, but I have the rest of this that you can see, so here we go. First up, this is Night of the Living Deadpool. I actually already owned this series. Allow me to pull it out of the sleeve here for you. I ran into the writer of the series, Cullen Bunn. Jason has talked about him on his channel before. He's a really cool guy. He's very, very fun to talk to, very down to earth, very chill. I enjoy that in someone related to comic books. So, we have issue number 1. There's issue number 2. Here's issue number 3. See, yeah, he signed all of those for me, bless his heart. It's very cool. He also signed Fearless Defenders number 1 for me as well. I don't think I had him sign number 2. I think number 2 is in here, but I just want him to sign the number 1. I don't want to be like... I mean, I have nothing against like taking up like a stack of comics to people, but you know, I just don't. I didn't want to take up like every single thing that had his name on it, just because I know I'll see him at other events too. But yeah, so that was him. As for comics that I bought, I have recently purchased the Guardians of the Galaxy series, you know, in kind of anticipation for the movie coming out. So I've got issues 1 through 3 on my own. But at the con I found, here's issue 4, with Gamora on the cover. Here's issue 5. Here's issue 6. Issue 7. And issue 8. And then I have 9, 10, 11, and 12 on my own that I purchased outside of the con. But so now I've got my complete Guardians of the Galaxy series, so that's pretty neat. Over here we've got this is the program that came with the con. Every year they always make it look like a comic book. It's pretty cool. You know, it's got like the map and everything, the layout, where everybody's located. It's pretty neat. This was a special exclusive that came with it. If you guys remember our video from the Wizard World Portland, I think it was a couple years ago, they gave us a variant of Walking Dead number 1 then, so then we got one here as well. As you can see, it has the Emerald City logo. It'll focus. Nope, it won't. Ah, there we go. Yeah, so that's pretty neat. I always like exclusive con things like that. This is pretty awesome. This is a series called Steamfunk. It is by, you can see there, Eric Dottie and Luke McKay. Luke McKay, if you don't know, is the artist from Rooster Teeth Comics, the company that does the Red vs. Blue. And I've seen him before. I've met him many times before, and it was kind of cool going to that because him and his booth babe, quote unquote, as she called herself, we'd met them before. My friend and I. The booth babe was actually the dungeon master for an event that I went to about I don't know, like 6 months ago. So she remembered me. I walked up and she's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, it's you!" And I didn't even know they were going to be there. So my friend and I talked with Luke McKay for a little bit. We went back and visited him each day. And I actually have something else of his around here. I will find it while I'm showing this. Magneto #1. Also by Cullen Bunn, but I didn't think to bring it out when I was talking to him, which is unfortunate. Because that would have been pretty cool. And that noise you're hearing is me unraveling a poster. It's a rubber band. Poster unfortunately got kind of squished. I regret that immediately. But this is a poster that Luke McKay drew. Okay, I'm going to set this down for a second. This is a poster that Luke McKay did up just exclusively for the con itself. And give you kind of an idea of his artwork, too. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. That's Oliver Queen. That's the Arrow version up there. It's kind of cool. It says "Welcome to Star City," but the Starling City, but the ling is crossed out, and the C, or the T is turned into a C, so it says "Welcome to Scar City." That's kind of cool. And he signed it for me down here in the corner too. Right. No, it's kind of hard to see in this lighting. Next up, I got this. This is really cool. It's Batgirl #1 from Gail Simone. It's the complete script of Batgirl #1. And she signed it for me, too. She actually put a thing on Facebook that said, you know, "Hey, if anybody wants this, let me know." I said, "Yeah, please, I'd love one." So she reserved one for me, and I went and picked it up. And it's really cool. It's full of the different, like, the script writing process, and that's really cool. And then Mr. Kyle Higgins, probably my top favorite writer, worked on Nightwing. Just did the last issue of it. He signed this for me. This is his new upcoming project with Image called Project Cowl. It's Chicago's Organized Workers League. It's like the inception of a hero league of sorts. And he signed it for me, so that's pretty cool too. I got this issue from Oni Press called Bunker. This is issue #1, but it is a variant. You can see right there. It's crazy. Apparently, when this went on sale, the original first issue was sold out in like the first day. It's like extremely hard to find an actual original copy of the first issue, but it's a really cool story. It's about a group of friends that go to bury a time capsule, and when they dig it up, they find out that there's already something there with their names on it, and it's from themselves in the future. And basically what it's saying is that this group of people will be responsible for 97% of the world's population to be killed off. But if they don't allow that to happen, then the entire population will be killed off. So it's like, whoa, cool. You know, it's really cool to actually sit there and watch them have to go through and process these emotions. You know, and the sheer fact they're going to be responsible for that much death. So, Bunker, really cool. I like it so far. And then I got this from Marvel. It's Punisher #2. I have 1 and 3. I just never got around to getting #2, but now I finally have it, so that's cool. And then the hat from Walking Dead, the Telltale Games, Season 1 and 2. This is Clementine's hat. It's just a little Velcro, you know, like snapback hat or whatever, but I had to get it. I love that game. That game is so much fun, and I got so emotionally invested in it that when I saw the hat, I just had to have it. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. And then next up, I got this. I've been looking at this for years at the comic book store, and finally broke down and bought it. This is by, as you can see, Dark Horse Comics. It's Zelda's Hyrule Historia. It's really cool. It's just full of like backstory information about different characters and events, and there's an actual timeline where it breaks down where each individual game takes place in the Zelda universe, and at what point does it cross paths with another one, or you know, where does it come before, where does it come after. It's really in depth. It's awesome. A lot of artwork, and then at the end, it's really cool. There's an actual Japanese manga, however you want to say it, back here, and It's really cool. It reads right to left, you know, as is tradition, but there's just some amazing artwork in here. Where's that one? There's one in here that just blows me away. That right there. How fucking cool is that? That's so good. So yeah, that was pretty neat. I'm glad I finally picked that up. This is interesting. This is something I call a photographic novel. This is a post-apocalyptic zombie story that takes place in Seattle, but it's all done with photograph, and it's all shot on location. So everything you see here is, I mean, it looks like it's touched up in Photoshop a little bit, but it's all a photo shoot. These are all actual pictures taken at different locations in Seattle. And the artists and writers signed it for me. I believe they did both issues, or both volumes rather, excuse me. Yeah. So that was kind of neat. It's pretty good. I like it so far. This is something that's part of an Emerald City tradition. Every year I pick up questionable content. This is volume 4. Jeff Jocks is one of my favorite webcomic creators. It's probably the only webcomic I actually read on a regular basis, but every year he always has the next volume out. You can see over here, I'll bring it to my bookshelf. You know, there's 1, 2, and 3 right there. So 4 he did up a little bit differently. He made it smaller, which is actually kind of nice. But it's kind of cool because each year he does a little sketch as his signature in it, so that's really neat. I'm really glad I got that. Next up, I finally decided to dive into Scott Pilgrim. These are brand new color editions of the comic. Everything's colored in. And they actually released an evil edition and a good edition. So I got the evil edition of the first 3. You can see each one has that specific evil X to that issue on the cover. And then the good editions, I think, have Scott and his friends on them. But that's really neat. These are great. I've never read Scott Pilgrim before this, so I burned through this the first night I got it, then these 2 on the ride back, essentially. No, this one on the ride back, and this one the day after I got back. I mean, it's really cool, and I really like the color scheme they went with it. I didn't know it wasn't in color to begin with, so like I said, I hadn't read these before, but I'm a big fan now. And I can't wait to get a hold of 4, 5, 6, and 7. I believe there's 7 in total, 1 for each X, so that's pretty cool. I had to do this. Next up, I got a nice little rubber latex mask. This is the application kit. I haven't tried it on yet, but you know, if you want to see. Ooh. Why not? That was pretty fun. And last but certainly not least, you'll see in the pictures slideshow that Jason will do up. I put my finger in the frame, and then I got this. Photo op with Stephen Amell from Arrow. Plays Oliver Queen. And he signed it for me, too. I usually don't spring for that kind of money, but I figured, you know, it's him. It's Stephen Amell, so why not? It's one of my top 3 favorite shows on TV right now, so how could I not? And look at me, I'm all goofy looking. And he's all Oliver. So yeah. So that about wraps it up. I think that's everything I got. Hope you guys liked it, and enjoy the rest of the video.
Angry Screw.
Yes. I have a couple graphic novels, most of the books. Like how many about inspiration?
papers blowing up on me.
Yeah, comic book backing.
I do. I'm heavy on all social media. While and now it's like.
Oh, this is good. Yep. Yeah.
That is so awesome.
Who's that for?
Jason?
Jason.
Correct. Awesome, thank you.